Again from the garden. It's Christina from Sunshine in Flora. So it's the Friday morning before Labor Day weekend, and I'm out in the garden getting ready to harvest for a new market that I am trying tomorrow. Before I go through the details of that market, this video I'm going to show my harvesting of the flowers. I'll show you the bouquets that I'm putting together and taking to the market, and then I'm actually going to take you along to the market as well, show you the market, and then share with you how my sales went at the end of the video. So the market that I'm doing tomorrow is in a town called Lakeview, and it is about 30 to 40 minutes away from here. It's a touristy recreational community. They have a big lake, so lots of people go there in the summer for boating and camping. I have a friend that has done this market for the past few years, and she says that on weekends where there's certain things going on or it's a holiday weekend, it can be a really great market. They've been asking me to come for at least 2 years, and I'm finally able to go. If it's really good next year, I just need to set aside some weekends in my schedule to do it. But anyway, the market's from 8 to noon. From what I understand, I can set up before 8 o'clock, and then if I sell out, I can go ahead and tear down. So I'm hoping for a sellout. I'm hoping it's a really great market, but we will see, and I'll share all of that with you guys in this video. So my plan is to get everything harvested this morning, and I'm going to harvest as much as I possibly can. I would like to take between 20 and 25 large wrapped bouquets. I'm not sure if I'm going to take any of my mini bouquets to this market. I may just keep it simple and do large bouquets, but we'll see what I harvest today. So with that, I'm going to get out here in the garden and get harvesting, and then I will take you inside to show you the bouquets I put together. All right, you guys, I'm inside the studio. It's a couple hours later. All of my flowers have had a chance to hydrate, and I want to show you what I'm working with. I am really excited about these bouquets. So first of all, I have a nice large bucket of dahlias. These were all picked yesterday morning and have been in the fridge, and they are absolutely beautiful. I grow a lot of the ball variety dahlia because I just feel like that lasts the longest. So I have a really nice assortment of colors. Then these are the sunflowers I picked this morning. These are all the Pro Cut Orange. They are looking awesome. They're about at the perfect stage, just starting to open. So tomorrow morning they should be just opening, almost full. When people want to see them like that in bouquets, they're going to be perfect. The rest of my flowers are on the floor, so let me grab the camera, show you those. Okay, so first of all, I have this nice big bucket of zinnias. There's 50 or so in here, a really good assortment of colors, mostly the Benry's Giants. Then I also have a really nice bucket of all celosia. There's some Selway, there's some Floret, there's some Flamingo Feather, and then I have a big bucket of Status. A lot of the blue, but there's some white and the rose in there too. And then I have one bucket of these orange snapdragons, and then a couple of the Potomac Royal snapdragons. So these are going to be market style bouquets. They're all going to be very much the same, and they're all going to have the same amount of stems and the same ingredients in them. So assembling them should go pretty fast. I'm going to time myself and see how fast I can do it. I really think I'm going to get 25 bouquets. That's my goal anyway. I think that will be a good number of bouquets for this market. They're going to be $20 a piece. And so I'm just going to get started making them and see how fast I can do this. I'll show you guys the first couple so you can see how I put them together. But I think what my ingredients are going to be are a stem of the Status, a couple celosia, a couple zinnias, a nice big sunflower, and a dahlia. And a snapdragon. or maybe 2. I need to add that up in my head real quick, but that should get me to the $20 price point. I think they're going to be nice and full and very summery. So let me grab a few of the items on the floor. We'll start getting them put together. These will also be my normal size wrap bouquets. So they will be in this craft paper. I cut this to an 18-inch square, fold it off center a little bit, staple it, put a sticker on it, and they'll go in my buckets. Okay, so I did a really quick tally of all of my ingredients. I really think I'm going to easily be able to get 25 of these together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a celosia in the center. Now I have a few different types of celosia. This is the Selway. This is the Crystal Beauty. It's my first year growing it, and oh my gosh, I really love it. I need to grow more of this next year. I also have some different Flora varieties and the Flamingo Feather. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a celosia in the center, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my sunflower kind of right in front, and then I will build around that. I am not a trained florist, so do with this arrangement information what you will, maybe more for inspiration versus education, but this is just how I do it. So I'm going to do a sunflower right in the front and center because how I wrap these, then that will be right down there. I'm going to put a couple zinnias taller towards the back. My dahlia is going to be towards the front. Let me grab a snapdragon. All right, I'm going to do 2 snapdragons. And then I'm going to do a dahlia. I'm going to start off with a speckled variety. I'm going to add in my other celosia towards the back. And then my status, which are really big sprays. I'm going to get rid of this one that's wilted because it wasn't quite open yet. Strip off some of the leaves, and that is going to spray at the back. I do have a few Craspedia, so I'm going to tuck him in there as well. All right, that is looking good. I feel like it just needs a little bit more though. You know what? I have plenty of sunflowers in the fridge. I'm going to do 2 sunflowers, a big one and a small one per bouquet. I just feel like it needs it. All right, and I'm going to add 1 more zinnia. I also have plenty of zinnias. That's, when I add it up in my head, that is more like $20. So I have a couple celosia, 1 nice dahlia, 2 sunflowers, a couple snapdragons, status, 3 zinnias, and a little Craspedia in there. Then what I do is I'm going to trim it to the shortest stem and then just rubber band and put the paper on. Yep, that looks great. So that is what the bouquets will look like. I'm very happy with that, and I love the color scheme. It's like very end of summer going into fall. All right, let's do a few more. All right, so I'm going to start with this in the center. I'm going to add in a couple zinnias. I like to grow the Bennery's Giant zinnias the most, but I did try the Flora zinnias this year, and I am really loving them. I also grew some Cresto, which I'm not loving, and I grew the Oklahoma Salmon and the Oklahoma Ivory. I am loving those, and I will definitely be growing those again next year. So I have different sizes of sunflowers. Basically, the closer you plant your sunflowers, the smaller they are. Now, some of mine along the edge always get a little bit bigger. This is about the perfect size, but some of them do get a little bit bigger, and then some, of course, will be a little bit smaller. So I'm putting kind of a bigger one and a smaller one in each one. And then with dahlias, I have some that are smaller than others. Like this one has 2 dahlias on the stem, so I'm only going to put 1 in. But if I say have this guy, he's a little bit smaller, I would put 2 of those in there. So I'll just be using that discretion as I go. So I'm going to put the dahlia right in the center. I feel like the sunflowers are the hardest to work with, so I kind of always fumble those. All right, we'll put, and these stems of status are a little bit smaller, so I'm going to use 2. and then a couple of my orange snapdragons. This will go at the back. Put one status on each side. There we go. So like I said earlier, this is a brand new market for me. I have never done it before, but I have been told it's a really good one, especially on holiday weekends, which it's Labor Day weekend. So the campgrounds should be full. There should be a lot of people over there boating, people at their cabins. So I'm just really hoping for a successful market. And if I sold out early and could go home early, even better. My husband happens to be golfing in a golf tournament tomorrow. So I do have a babysitter for my daughter in the morning. She's 4. I'll put a picture of her up on the screen. She started preschool yesterday. So once I get this market done, hopefully it's a success, and then we can just enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. All right, there's another one. So I am going to look at the time. It's 1:30 exactly. I'm going to see how fast I can get the rest of these bouquets done, and I will show you them when they're finished. I'm going for 25. All right, you guys, all of my bouquets are done. I even had a few extra to make a nice little arrangement for myself to take home for the holiday weekend. I got 26 large bouquets, which I'll show you in a second, but I timed it out. It took me about an hour and 15 minutes. So that is not bad at all. Of course, I had harvesting time this morning, but just putting the bouquets together in an hour and 15 minutes, I think that's pretty good. So let me show you what they look like. Okay, here's all 26 bouquets. I have 4 bouquets per bucket. They all are basically the same recipe or ingredients. By the end, I did start running out of the larger sunflowers, so instead of 2 larger sunflowers, I ended up putting maybe 3 or possibly 4 little sunflowers. But I just think that they turned out absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I got the bouquets ready. I'm gonna get the rest of my market supplies ready. This video will pick back up tomorrow morning when I'm headed to the market. I know, isn't it nice?
Nice walking right outside, and it's like, no, all right, I want to go back inside now.
I know. Okay, good morning. So it's bright and early on Saturday morning. I got to the studio about 6:15. It is 6:40 right now. I decided to harvest more flowers so that I could make more bouquets and take an even 30 bouquets. I didn't get the bouquets to get put together, but I have a bucket of the extra flowers in my car that I can put together in my booth. I just thought, I've got to harvest these sunflowers. They're ready. So I put a bunch in the fridge and I harvested all the other ingredients that I need for those bouquets. So I'm going to hit the road. I should get there about 7:30, which I think will be perfect. So let's hit the road to the market. Okay, you guys, so it's the next day. What a successful market. I took 30 of the large bouquets. I ended up selling 26 at the market. I sold another one when I got home, so I sold a total of 27 bouquets. I am thrilled with that for a little Saturday morning market. And then the rest of the flowers I just kept for myself and made a holiday arrangement on my table. So anyway, total success. I will definitely be doing that market again next year. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this market video. Stay tuned for a lot more yet this cut flower season. We'll see you soon.